We're in Albania!
Yeah!
We've decided to hit the mountains on a road to Theth. But it's apparently very adventurous, off-road, gravel, hills, rivers, it's got it all.
All good, let's do it.
Weather looks a bit ominous back there.
And so it was. As we rode up the pass, the weather closed in. The skies grew dark, and it began to rain, even snow a little. When we finally reached the top, it was truly miserable, gloomy, and cold. However, Theth lay before us. Nestled in a hidden valley at what seemed like the ends of the earth, there was only one way down, and that was to ride the road to Theth. At first, we thought this wasn't going to be possible. The only vehicles we saw heading up were full-on 4x4s, and even they weren't finding it easy. No way could our YBRs make it down to Theth if the road continued like this. It's not what they were designed for. They're a commuter bike, and we're asking the 125s to carry us fully loaded with kit off-road for 2 days. We didn't quite realise at this point that we'd have to ride back uphill to get out of the valley again. However, we simply kept it slow and steady, and somehow kept going. Although challenging, it was such fun. This is what we had set off to do, and now we were living in the moment. We were surrounded by the most incredible views. You couldn't help but smile. After crossing a little stream, a GS rider with a pillion dropped his bike halfway through behind us. And we helped push him out. Bit of excitement in a beautiful spot. Well, he didn't stop.
So we arrived in Theth after an arduous off-road session, and now we hear the road out of here is 10 times worse and 6 times longer.
His horse has the acceleration like first gear. Go on, explain what happened.
The horse just popped around the corner as we're getting changed and says hello, and he's whipping his little twig from there.
Holy. Huh? Awesome. Quite a nice little room. What? I was not happy, ultra happy. So we have the dilemma of going across the water or going across the bridge. Can we get across that? Oh, I'm not going across this. I'm not going across this.
You were going to take it further in. Go, go, go. Steaming away.
Inside entry. Yeah, where you are. Yeah. Now head more towards me. Yeah. Now just power out. Huh? Take a left. You see? Get yourself up. Do you want a hand? You're up. A little bit more. You can go back a little bit further if you want. Okay. These people are really good at making roads. And no. Stop a second. Good. Okay. Good. How the fuck is it doing?
So today, absolutely amazing, got to be one of the best days of my life. Just cruising down these dirt tracks, just constantly being surprised by how well the bike's performing. Did not expect this from them at all. I actually almost backed out at the beginning because I was worried about them, but no need to be. They are just bossing it so far. Well, I think we're about halfway now. Nothing wrong, tiny dent in Yanni's exhaust. Let's do this.
What are you doing? That looks good to me.
So we've just woken up in this beautiful idyllic spot. We're heading out on the dirt track again today, 26 kilometres left to go before we hit the tarmac. We're warming the bikes up and ready to go. Quite a nice view to wake up to in the morning.
The road was proving to be just as difficult as the day before.
Really want to drive down the road with that.
But then, suddenly,
Civilization. Ah!
we came down into another gorgeous valley, and we're riding for quite some time along this gravel road hewn out of the cliffside. We started seeing a few more people, And locals, well, they will be locals. And then the moment came. We hit the tarmac, and our cushions felt softer, and our bones less rattled. But the roads of Albania were far from dull, and there was always an interesting scene just around the next corner. Upon arriving in Albania, we'd taken out some local cash. However, we hadn't been able to spend any on the road to Theth. So, for our last few days, we decided to treat ourselves to a couple of nights in a 4-star hotel with our own private beach. We got very sunburned. Then we were back on the road with all the other cows, goats, and sheep. Eventually, things opened up, and we were in Greece. Once more, greeted with familiar sights.